Welcome to the daytime POV of my brand new 2024 Nissan SV Pathfinder. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys, oh, it's got a lot of pollen on it. And so today's video, I'm going to show you guys a pretty much daytime driving POV of the SUV and no more Mazda. Yeah, this is pretty much, if you want to hear a little bit more details about it, watch my recent video. It's a nighttime POV. I talk about more a little bit in depth, but we're gonna get a daytime POV of this thing. And look at the pollen. So I am gonna go, oh, that's high. So I am gonna go check out a brand new Nissan 370Z because they're sick. And I feel like that would be a sick project car. GPS connected. And so I figured we can get a daytime POV of the Pathfinder, which has been such a comfortable ride, such a soft, pleasant drive, and it's really high up. Like, I will reiterate that the lift is really high. I forgot to look up exactly how much it is. This dork trying to park in a garage. Like, bro, no one's gonna steal your Hyundai. No one's gonna steal your Hyundai. So what was I saying? I forgot. Anyways, this thing is huge. Pause. But it is like such a massive SUV for its price. Look, you got a middle row, which is your second row with 3 seats, and then you got a third row in the back with an additional 3 seats. Now you will sacrifice some cargo space for that third row, but if you really need to, you know, move a lot of stuff, then you can throw that down and then you have a big trunk. But if you want to carry your whole family and move things, it might be difficult because your cargo space is very limited. So I want to go and get a video on a brand new Z. Like I said, I haven't driven one, and I want to see if they're really quick and if they're really worth it. It'd be a cool like car to, you know, kind of work on, modify, camber maybe, I don't know. There's just possibilities are endless in the world. So this was a family vehicle, so I know I was talking about previously like getting like a Z06 or like something crazy for the channel. This is not it, so don't freak out. But for those who like the off-road segments, this could be a possibility for an off-road vehicle. I am really impressed with the suspension, the overall lift, and pretty much everything with the off-roading capabilities of this vehicle. And it's so clean on the inside. It does not have wireless CarPlay, it does not have a sunroof, and it does come with heated seats, which is awesome. And it doesn't really come with a big infotainment screen, but it's good enough. I mean, it's good enough. I think the pros outweigh the cons, if there are any, of this car. And I mean, it's just such a pleasant drive. And it has a flat bottom steering wheel too. I like how Nissan has maintained that style in their vehicles. And it has really nice storage compartments. Like, they've made something for your wallet, they made something for your keys. Like, they really had the consumer in mind when they created this vehicle. They also have storage on the bottom of the console too. So this is definitely a amazing budget SUV for your family. I wouldn't even say budget because I think they're like 30,000, 33 maybe. And then if you go into the SL trim and the platinum, they can go upwards of 40 possibly. And it's got some power to it. Like, it's got power. It's got power. I think it's a 9-speed transmission, if I read that right. It's not a CVT, which is awesome, because I know CVTs are not, but I was also checking out some Teslas, but I don't know. What is that scat pack? Let me tighten this hat. I would get a Nissan GTR, but there aren't many used ones locally to me, and the new ones are priced crazy high. So I think, you know, a used GTR may be in the mix of talks or whatever, but the problem is that the infotainment screen on those vehicles are super outdated, and I kind of love Apple CarPlay. So, you know, I don't know if I can spend that much money on a car that doesn't have Apple CarPlay. It might sound silly, but I think I want to buy a GT500. I have been looking at those. I called a couple dealerships inquiring about a GT500, but man, those cars are wicked. 700 plus horsepower, beautiful body style, and they're really nice on the interior. I'm looking to get one from Ford so I can get like a CPO warranty or an extended warranty, because I know that they're all out of warranty, because they're usually in the 2019, 2020 to a 2021 year, for at least the ones I've been seeing, and they're averaging around like 75 to 80 and up based on the mileage. So, you know, it's really, the world is your oyster when it comes to vehicles. It's just, I want to get one I can afford, that's not above $100,000, and will be really beneficial to the channel. And I'm not sure, like, I've really driven a variety of vehicles on the channel, and my most viewed vehicles are all Teslas. So maybe my crowd and maybe my watchers are, you know, tech guys or something, but I did look up a Tesla Model S Plaid or a Cybertruck, and Cybertrucks are $85,000. And so maybe I'm thinking about getting a Cybertruck, but then it's like, why would you get a Cybertruck for the channel? Maybe a Cyber Beast? I'm not sure. I just really don't like how they look, and I'm still trying to get used to that change in body style. But if you really have some serious suggestions of a vehicle I could get for the channel that you think will do numbers and you guys would love to see, feel free to comment below. I will take it into consideration, and I am gonna have to go home the other way because it looks like 5 o'clock traffic is hitting, and I can see it brewing. That is gonna be a long trip home. So hopefully I can remember to not take the highway. Oh, that's gonna be really, really long. Like, why don't they just cut down the trees and create a road and make a bigger highway? Is that like not allowed or something? I don't know. But if you want reference on how tall the Pathfinder is, like how lifted it is stock, this is an 18-wheeler, and I'm stock right now, and I'm pretty much, my side mirror is at his like headlight, above his headlight. And I know that might not seem like a lot, but for a stock Pathfinder, for your side mirror to be above the headlight of an 18-wheeler, which are massive, it kind of puts into perspective how tall the lift is. I know that it's bigger and taller than a Grand Cherokee Jeep, and those come pretty lifted from factory because I was parked next to one, and my side mirror was a little bit higher than the Grand Cherokee. But I'm thinking of purchasing an aftermarket lift and increase it a bit. That might be a little bit ridiculous, but it could be worth it because I would love to go off-roading in this 4x4. It's not an all-wheel drive, it's a legitimate 4-wheel drive 4x4 SUV, and it's got the off-road buttons and all the modes too. So if you really find yourself off-roading with a family of 8, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 8 people, then you have that at your arsenal. Another vehicle I was looking at is a Supra, and I just thought of it because I see one right there. And you know, Supras are beautiful, but they're more BMW than Toyota at this point, so there's not really much originality when it comes to that vehicle. But I think a Supra would be really sick. But as you can see, I'm kind of gravitating towards like the imports sector of cars. I've had muscle cars my whole life. I was 15, I had a Mustang EcoBoost just to see how it was, and then when I turned 18 I got a C6 Corvette, and then I got a 2018 10-speed GT. And then after I went back to Ford, I went back to Chevy. I never had a Chevy, so I got the SS, the 2023, at the time was the year 2023, Camaro 2SS, which I based my whole channel off of, but I didn't really have equipment, so I didn't really make more than 2 videos with the car. And then I got rid of that because I was kind of done with the muscle car sector, and I wanted to get a Z01, which I guess is contradictory to what, you know, my intention was with that car. So I want to get like a Z01 or a Z06 if I go back into the muscle car scene. But now you can disagree with me in the comments below. I believe that those vehicles are starting to get into like the super or exotic level. Definitely the C8 Z06 can be categorized as an exotic, because not only does it sound like a Ferrari, but it looks like one, it's as fast as one, and it's definitely in that level. So I would categorize a C8 Z06 as an exotic. So muscle cars are now switching over to like the exotic. I think a Shelby is like exotic speed, but it's still a muscle car. So that's why I'm looking at the GT500. But I'm definitely far from Lambo and Ferraris. Like, that's eventually the goal. But owning a ridiculously fast GT500 may be the move. Or it would, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. So I really need to hear your guys' comments. If you're watching this video and you're hearing this, like you're in this part of the video, like you don't just hop on, watch and get off, or you don't watch and then skip, and then, you know, and you're watching this exact segment of the video, I need you to comment below what vehicle I should get for the channel and keep for a while and kind of work on and make content off of. You know, I want to get a Hellcat, but those are obviously very like stealable, and I don't live in my own property. So, you know, I've seen those cars get stolen in people's driveways. Like, I've seen those cars get stolen off of someone's driveway. So I don't even think it matters whether you're in public, an apartment, or you're in a house. Like, that car will get stolen, and then you'll always have that in the back of your head. If you're eating food or you're shopping at a mall, like, is my car still there? So I think a Hellcat will be a headache for me. So a Hellcat is a no bueno. I mean, BMWs are just, I feel like they're overpriced. You don't really get that much horsepower, and unless you're buying like an M5, you're not above 600. I think M4s are around the 5s, if I can remember correctly, and they're charging brand new $95,000 for an M4. So, you know, it's really like between a couple of the cars I mentioned, and then I'm just feeling it now. I might save up until like 50,000, because right now I have around 40K saved up to put down on a car. So I might save up until 50 and then get a $100,000 vehicle, because my goal amount finance is 50,000 with a special APR and a long, you know, loan, so I can have positive equity. And I also don't want a car that will depreciate like crazy either, so that when I want to get a new vehicle, I'll still have positive equity. There's a lot of factors that go into buying a vehicle, and even more so buying the right vehicle. So, you know, that's kind of where we are at in terms of a business aspect of the channel, because, you know, if you're not using the cars to make money, then vehicles are depreciating assets and they're liabilities. So in my case, and for every other car YouTuber, a vehicle can be the make or break of their business, and can kind of be what you surround your channel over. And I know I surrounded my channel over the Camaro, so that's why I'm inclined to purchase a ZL1, but those are pretty rare, and I need to find one with the extended warranty, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've discontinued them, and I've seen some new ones for like 100,000 plus because they're hot cars now, or they're becoming rare cars. So, you know, it's kind of confusing. But when I figure it out, I'll figure it out, and then I'll make a video about it. So, for the purpose of this video, though, you're going to get a daytime POV of the 2024 Nissan Pathfinder. But then I will be posting videos with the Z, and you know, I was gonna look at a truck, but trucks are priced really high, and what are you guys gonna watch the truck? You guys are not gonna care about a truck. Like, I don't think you guys are. Like, I don't think you guys are. I mean, a C8 would be awesome, but those are 2-seaters. So at the same time, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, Nissan's here. I gotta get over, gotta get over. What is that? What is that beeping sound? Alright, so I'm going to go inside and see what the... Yeah, this thing looks like a Frontier. I forgot to mention that. This is pretty much a Frontier, but as an SUV. But I'm pretty sure it's higher. Oh, man. I think our Frontiers are on the same height. Yeah, it's about the same height. But the Frontier steering wheel isn't as high up. Ooh, I like the two-tone Pathfinder. The white with the black on top is nice. So let's see how tall this Pathfinder is compared to a Frontier Pro X. Wow, that's stock. And it's pretty much the same height. More or less, a little bit more. What is that? Is that a Murano? What is this? Okay, this cat is like in the way. This cat's gonna get ran over. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. What is this, a Murano? It's a Rogue. Dang. These Rogues look kind of nice. You know what I just thought about? I've seen some prank videos where people like park their own car in the dealership and then they try to buy it, but then they like troll, which is hilarious. That's something I would definitely do. Oh, I don't see any 350Zs or 370Zs. I don't see any Zs, so. Well, I guess we're about to find out if they have any or not. It looks like they don't. Oh, I see a black one. Oh, I see a black one right in front.